Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P Farm. Thinking right out here in my lab. I'm in the book. Ooh, doing what I do for you. We about to get some stuff going right here. And when I point out truths and facts, I'm not being racist or being offensive. I'm just pointing out the truth and facts. So I'm letting you know that before we go. We're gonna talk about a little bit more about medicine. And when it comes to medicine, we know Imhotep was the master, but they got this other guy that I showed you some pictures. This is Imhotep that we know of. Who the hell is this guy? So let's talk about that right quick. I'm gonna make a point. I just can't get over that nonsense. All right, so here we go. Sorry about that. Open up, try to let you know where we're going with this one. I'm in the book today trying to make a point. Same person. Let's talk about it. Writers in 25 Rule Live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. Yeah, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. So you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know that self and to Maya be true. Right thinkers, let's talk about. First, we're gonna wrap up medicine and mathematics. This is contributions from the non-violent to the non-violent civilization contributions to civilization. But these are the issues that I learned a long time ago, and I don't know if people are interested in this, but this is good information. So I'm trying to bring it right to you. We're talking about the father of medicine. We know that to be Imhotep, and we also know him to be a little black guy with a skull cap. Okay, sitting with his scribe and his papers on his lap. I fashioned myself after him, carrying a book with me ever since I learned about this guy about 20 years ago. I've been carrying books ever since. He's the reason why. That's my dude. But this is this guy, Imhotep. No, that's like showing me a picture of Jesus as a black man, the Christ, and then you show me this white stringy hair guy. Tell me, wait a minute now, but the color don't matter. Okay, well, the color was black. But the ones who say that are the ones who change the color. So let's talk about it. All right, now this is the Imhotep. I did a whole lesson about Imhotep, so I ain't going back over that. But this is their Imhotep. Imhotep, circa 27 BCE. No birth, no ending date. They just throw it up there. Okay, all right, well, let's see what they say. Imhotep was the earliest known physician, was a minister of state, a scribe, a seer, an architect, astronomer, magician, physician. Now they got all these titles they claim about him, what they say about him. What we say about him, he was the architect responsible for designing the step pyramid, Saqqara. Okay. He was also a multi-genius. He had a whole bunch of titles. They don't have poetry on here. I see that they didn't have that down there. But how could we talk about the same guy? He don't look like him. He look like these guys, the Greeks. Okay, here go Hippocrates. We take the Hippocratic oath. Why? He don't know nothing. And then there's your boy down here, Asclepius. the son of Apollo. They all patterned at the Imhotep, and they done took and made Imhotep one of them. That's why I had a problem with the Greeks. I got master's degree in Greek philosophy, Greek mythology. Excuse me. I got philosophy on my own, but they didn't do the right thing. Let's go. I ain't got time for that. But this is the lesson about medicine, and they going to eat. They stole everything. They're the original thieves. They stole everything. We taught them, and they just took it and flipped it and told the world, "We the thinkers. We did. We did." We're gonna find out about them. I keep breaking them down every chance I get. That's why they expose them here. So I'm just talking about this Imhotep guy here. This guy, I don't know, he's a perpetrator. Now, they got a few things, right? And he was deified, yeah, under the 18th dynasty, and a temple was erected in his honor on the island of Philae. I ain't going there. Imhotep was venerated as the great physician of the gods of men, the God who grants life to all who turns to him, and the God who protects men. He is believed to be the author of what is known as, I told you about the Edwin Smith Papyrus. Why? It was the oldest document of surgeries. It was a document. It's notable for what its accuracy and high scientific standard in every medical field, in the whole medical field. He was the master. He was the man. Okay, not that guy. The deeds, yeah, not him. So let's talk about this guy. I'm about to wrap this up. I'm gonna read the oath that they take. Okay, the Hippocratic oath. They tell you all doctors gotta take this. Now, Hippocrates was born in 46 BCE, died in 377 BCE. That's a long time from when this stuff started, but they give him all the credit that he was such a historian, so he did his homework, I guess. Let's see what he's talking about. The Hippocratic Oath, named after him. And it says, I swear by Apollo. Now, Apollo is their Haru. Okay, son of God, God's son, that good stuff. Okay, so now he's the physician. And Asclepius is the Greek word for Imhotep. They changed the name of everybody so they could claim it was there. Now that we're in the information age, we find out that they did a lot of lying. I swear to Apollo, the physician, and Asclepius, and health, and all heal, and the all gods and goddesses, that according to my ability and judgment, I will keep this oath and stipulations. So reads the first paragraph of what they call the Hippocratic Oath. Not only was the science of medicine, listen, first developed in the Nile Valley, but an analysis of the opening lines of the oath provide further evidence of the Kemetic roots, and the personalities associated with this early development in Greek. Apollo, watch this, was the Greek version of the African Neteru, who I tell you, Haru. That's me and you, the spirit. Why? His father was the Tsar and Zeus is the father. So they got the same concept. Again, stole it. Now, since we got that developed, Apollo was the Greek version of the African Neter, Haru. And Asclepius, who was, watch this, who was the son of Apollo. So Asclepius is Imhotep. Imhotep's father was supposed to be Ptah. His father was God and his mother was earthly. Okay, another deal with the demigod, half human, half God. But they deified him, and so he got his godhood. But he earned his. He was a multi-genius. They didn't say that. Not just one thing he's a genius at. He, physician, he designed the pyramids. Okay, he's a governor, statesman, poet, wrote the famous line, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we shall die. That's his quote. And everybody used the Spartans, stole that, the Greeks stole that too. Okay, so everything they got, they didn't create nothing. I know that already. Let me get back to the lesson. But I just want to let you know. But the Greeks' name for Imhotep is Asclepius. Just call him Imhotep. Horus is the name for Haru. Isis is the name for Aset. Osiris is the name for. I got a bunch of them. They just change everybody's name. Moving on, but that's what to show you. And the sacred symbol of Asclepius was a snake entwined around a staff. Moses used it in the wilderness. Okay, the Greeks got Asclepius right here. That's what you got, his little stick with the serpent. But they copy, and usually when somebody steals, they don't steal everything. They try to take away, add something. It's supposed to be two serpents. That's the Kundalini serpent, single. Okay, but the real deal, you see me do this, I should do this. That's the real deal. What I said, and that represent Kundalini. Okay, so on the stick, Tahuti staff, he got two. Okay, going up, two circles going up, red and blue, whatever, black and white, depending on how you want to tell the story, how you want to design it. But it's used symbolically to make a point for esoteric learning, for esoteric teaching. So you see that stick, you say, "Oh, that's Tahuti's one." No, that's Moses' stick. That's the Greek stick. Tahuti got the double. The staff that y'all see, the two serpents on medical sign. Yep, that's Tahuti. All right, let's go. So let me get this out the way. I'm about to wrap this up. And the symbol was first used in Kemet and was associated with, I just told you, Tahuti. Yeah, I do this. And the nature of medicine. Who? Imhotep. Tahuti with the brain. Tahuti is the thinking man. Okay, but he also knew what? Medicine. So let me read this right quick. Did you know they had, okay, we got that out of the way. Greeks was a thief. All right, but they stole everything from us. Like my man Little Richard. Rock and roll stole everything from me. And if he wasn't just blowing smoke. He had the best of the best. He had the Beatles before they was big. He had the other group before they was big. He had Jimi Hendrix before he was big. He had Joe Tex, Jay. He had Harry. He was the man. So yeah, I love you, Little Richard. He's the man. I've checked him out. Yeah, he on point. And I feel like that. I be saying people stole my stuff. The Greeks stole everything from us. All right, let's go. Now, did you know they had lasers in Egypt? Laser beam. Watch this. Let me get that out of the way. I'm going to wrap up the medicine concept. They say in the chapter titled Lasers in Medicine, and the author, Rodney Perkins, MD, suggested that a form of laser therapy was actually used in the Nile Valley. Dr. Perkins states that the use of the laser in medicine and surgery has a relative short pedigree of less than 2 decades, although the range of laser radiation extended both below and above the visible portion of the electromagnetic spectrum. That radiation is, in a sense, only a special form of light. He's right. The use of other forms of light, X-ray, all that good stuff, medicine has a long history. There is documentation that our ancient Egyptians recognized and used the therapeutic power of light as long as 6,000 years ago. Tap that on the 2,000, just 8,000 years ago, they had light. And you can't go that far under the earth without some light. They had light, okay? Real light, electronic light. They don't find no soot from torches in none of the pyramids. Moving on, this tidbit again, this little something. Now, I don't profess to know all that, but I know enough I can have an understanding about it. Why? I listen to the person who do know about it, and I just, pick the stuff I can remember. All right, let's go. Now, they test me on it, I pass. But over 6,000 years ago, excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. They had recognized and used the therapeutic power of light as long as 6,000 years ago. All right, but they figured out the pictures and the pigments of light on the skin, now referred to as what? Vertigo. When the pigment, skin turned white, Michael Jackson claimed that's what he had. All right, but it were cosmetically undesirable. The Egyptian healers reportedly crushed a plant similar to present-day parsley and rubbed it on affected areas, and with the crushed leaves exposed to the sun, radiation produced several forms of sunburn, only in the treated areas. So they've had some things figured out back then too. But the what the erythromeans subsides in leaving the hyperpigmentation in the previously depigmented area. So they reverse the suntan. They let put the stuff on you so it can burn you. What's the suntan lotion in reverse? All right. It was said, wrapping it up, it was said that the residents of the Nile Valley, who often journeyed in caravans, I mean, a bunch of people getting together across where? The desert. Why? They were advised to chew while they was out there on the road making that trek. Chew root called almajoles, which provide extra protection from the what intense sun by increasing the amount of melanin in your skin. Modern scientific research has shown that the amimajos root contains an organic chemical substance called 8-methoxyprosyrate, sound like Trump, which stimulates what? The melanocytes and increases skin pigmentation. Medical practitioners in Kemet were often specialists who treated specific disorders of the skin. Archaeologists have discovered cancerous tumors in some ancient mummies and evidence of what? That ancient physicians were removing tumors with knives, hot red irons as late as 1600 BCE. They was performing surgery a long time. Okay, but historical records has also proven the name of the earliest female physician. In Egypt, we had female everything. High priestess. Why y'all feel like only men can give knowledge or learn something? So they had this one woman, the high female priestess. Her name was Prashet, a woman who also held the title of chief physician. Women been getting the bad rap. Every system, damn Greeks came into the picture. How about that? The white man feel the women is inferior and the black man. So he got two hatreds for women and black men. Sound about right? His issues have been with his own woman, his own kind, and that black man that his women seem to love so much because they just a better man. No inferiority complex going on. I'm gonna stop right there because I'm gonna get into the mathematics. I got mathematics and boat building coming up for you. So right now, right thing, I'm gonna shut it down. Hope you got the understanding to finish with the medicine, and I wanted to prove to you about the Imhotep and how they viewed him and how we viewed him. So similar to that Christ guy, y'all. One guy got. I grew up. My grandparents had that white Jesus. When I got into my Hebrew studies, I lost it. I lost my mind. Why? He ain't white. So I figured that out. That was I'm gonna go, but that don't stop them from portraying him that way. And these guys here, all Greeks. Okay, here we go. Right thing, because I want to make a point. I learned Greek mythology before I learned Egypt concept, so I already had an understanding. But I found out y'all didn't create this. Y'all stole this. Y'all was taught this. So I got my lesson in reverse. Now I know the real deal. So in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I know that my right thinkers who understand the difference between our Imhotep and their Imhotep, it passed away. I'll be right back.